Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000.
Okay, let's pause. 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine might not seem huge, until you realize this all started while police were trying to arrest someone else entirely, for capital murder. The stakes? Sky high. The confusion? Just getting started.
It was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence.
Wait, hold up. You're being told by law enforcement during a murder warrant execution to stop, and you just keep walking? What would you have done in this situation? Drop it in the comments, because this is one of those moments where one decision changes everything.
Warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant.
Okay.
Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence.
Serve the warrant. What ended up happening?
Quick legal insight here. Ignoring a lawful order during a felony stop can be considered interference with public duties. It's not just about bad timing. It's about perceived obstruction in a high-risk scenario, even if you're not the suspect.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further facts that show if the warrant was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's been this incident.
Read it again. If you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer and squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's gang division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
Here's the twist. The actual murder suspect wasn't even inside the house the defendant was walking toward. They were in a truck nearby. So now the question becomes, was this guy just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or escalating a volatile situation?
And to stay right there, the defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. And the law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made him off balance and took him to the ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what. So I was originally reading the summary, and I'm going straight from the gems down, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No.
Then they later state that that the suspect, that the defendant here was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I have nothing further.
I find no probable cause in your case.
And bam, no probable cause found. Case dismissed. But not before a judge warns him. When you argue with cops, guess who's going to win? Think about that. It's not always about guilt. It's about how quickly things can spiral when you're not listening.